Alright, shut the camera off. Hey Schvitzheads, you were watching Schvitz'n with Norm, the award-winning show, I suppose we can say that. We're a little bit on the downslide. The ACM Nor'easter people screwed us again, and so we went from a gold to a bronze. Anyway, I guess old man Marshall, being sympathetic toward our plight, has given us a teleprompter, so we're going to be a little bit more professional from here on out. On today's show, we have a couple weird lifts. We actually have an assistant coach from the Washington Capitals, Scotty Allen, stop by the cave to help us out with one of our weird lifts. We have Michaela, not mine, totally different spelling, helping us out with one of our weird lifts, and Hannah Blanchard. And then our interview guest is long-standing Boston Globe TV critic Matthew Gilbert. Stop by to hopefully give us some tips on how to get to gold level status again. And also, you know, Matthew, try not to be too harsh on us when you write about your experience. We're here with Hannah Blanchard. She's a junior at New Bedford High. She's a 3-season athlete, and she also has a perfect grade point average, and she's hilarious. We're going to demonstrate, so this is what I'm thinking. We're going to do a razor hamstring curl. We like the Nordic hamstring curl, but I'm so freaking sick of their pop-up ads for Nordic equipment every 5 seconds. I'm sick of it. It's a bandwagon thing. So we've just decided to show you a different hamstring exercise. It's not better than the Nordic. It's different. I like it for the hamstring, not as good for the eccentric loading, but I like it for a hamstring move. But I like the core, and I like a little bit of shoulder stabilization we're going to show. Although she is in swim season and her shoulders are trashed as is, so we're going to take it easy. We can make it a lot more complicated, but we're going to let her kind of do sort of forearm support to give her shoulders a break because she just came from swim practice. Okay, here's our setup. We're just using balance pads for just, you know, knee comfort. We're using sliders. I'm just going to hold her ankles. Yeah, they do have equipment dedicated for this, and you see people using a loaded bar if they don't have someone that is going to hold, but I'm going to hold. And so let's go, excuse me. Let the games begin. So she's rolling out. There is some eccentric loading on the hamstrings for this phase, not as much as the Nordic, but we're okay with that. Nice tight core and some good shoulder stabilization, although we're letting her go on the forearms because she is in season and we're just trying to take it a little bit easier on her shoulders. All right, that'll do it. So again, we can do the same drill from a push-up position. We can exaggerate how far she's going to come out with her hands. Right now though, just core hamstrings, trying to give you an alternative, you know, hamstring exercise that we like to do in here. And so there you have it. I guess we didn't disclose which sports you play, so which is the one you like the most?
Lacrosse.
Yeah, that's the best. Mm-hmm. Which is the worst?
Swim.
Okay, don't say that. Hey, Curry. She was just joking.
Yeah,
Swim is a great sport. Matthew Gilbert is an acclaimed TV critic. He's been at the Globe forever. I mean, he's been there for so long. The show to watch when he first started that gig was The Love Boat. I think you're wondering, why would he be so stupid to agree to do anything with our show? Well, the thing is, he lost a bet. That's the only reason he's here. He would never be dumb enough to kind of show up around here. We're sitting here with Pulitzer-winning TV critic from the Boston Globe, Matthew Gilbert. He's going to talk to us about television, the history. We can even do black and white if you are comfortable with that.
Well, we can, yeah.
And if things go well, he's also going to explain exactly why our show sucks and what we can do about it. Give us an example to put it in context. Like, what were the big shows happening when you first started cutting your teeth doing this?
Yeah, that's a great question. I was really lucky because when I took over the job of TV critic at the Globe, It was 1998.
Okay.
Exactly 1 year before the premiere of The Sopranos, which broke everything wide open. Suddenly TV became, the place where everyone wanted to be. It was just such a great era to live through and to be writing for the Globe about. The Sopranos, 6 Feet Under, HBO, suddenly people were willing to go to cable to see these shows, and it just opened up everything. So, yeah.
I watched The Sopranos based on your recommendation. I binged it during COVID, when I had COVID, and that's a horrible show to binge.
Why?
Because there are a ton of them. That's a huge commitment.
It is.
You know what I mean? It's a great show, but you don't want to have to.
Well, what I thought you were going to say is, I'm sort of, I've loosened on this, but I'm kind of anti-binge, because each episode has been created so beautifully, and each episode has its own themes, and if you just watch one after another, they all kind of blur together. Whereas when you watch an episode and then you wait a little while and let it breathe and think back on what happened and look forward to what might happen next, I think you're having a fuller experience.
That's exactly what happened. They all blurred together. I was very resentful. I was just like, let me get this over with. Shows that you didn't care for that became wildly popular, but you may have been right where it does suck, but people have no taste. So that's not on you.
Right.
But the other one where it's like, whoa, I was wrong. Like, this was a great show and I didn't give it proper due.
Yes.
What do you got for examples?
That second category I've encountered a number of times. I mean, for me, the biggest, most glaring misjudgment was of 6 Feet Under. It's from the guy, Alan Ball, who wrote American Beauty.
Oh, yeah, I've seen the movie. Yeah.
And it has a similar tone, but it's set in basically a funeral home, among a family that run a funeral home in LA. And it's really good, but every episode opens with a death, not among the family, but of somebody who ends up using this funeral home. And I saw, at that time, it was probably 2000, 2001, they sent out maybe 3 or 4 episodes, and I thought, I just don't like this. This feels very over-familiar. Well, by the end of the first season, I couldn't sing its praises enough, and it has remained one of my all-time favorite shows.
Did you give it a bad review, or did you just not?
I gave it I didn't trash it, but I gave it a dismissive review.
Did you do a retraction, an apology?
I did.
Good for
I loved
you.
it. Well, that's the difference. Well, it feels like one of the differences between writing about TV and writing about movies. When you write about a movie, you're seeing the movie, it's done, you're judging it. When you're writing about a TV show, it's evolving, it's developing, the writers are getting better, the writers begin to write for the actors. So, it does change. And as a TV critic, I have a number of times gone back and said, I think I got this one wrong.
Getting back to binging, how do you receive your shows that you critique? Like, how do people give you your material?
Back in the good old days, they would send me tapes.
Okay.
And videotapes, and that was, and shortly after that, for a little while, DVDs, and that was when I could wheel and deal. If I had the new episodes of The Sopranos or some show that everybody was loving, I could, I had a little power. I could lend them out before it aired.
How
now
unethical.
it's all done online through links that are incredibly difficult to get.
Do you have access to like just about everything?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I do.
One of the other things I was thinking might be good for our show, contests, giveaways, stuff like that.
Sure.
So
I'll take something for free.
Well, it's
What are you
more
gonna
that
give
you're
me?
giving. We are going to give a couple of viewers access to Matt Gilbert's code, where you can watch whatever you want.
Yeah.
And
You know what I do get?
hold on.
Oh.
Sue, can you zoom in on this? We're just going to have you scan
is
this.
that it?
You're going to have you scan this QR code and just follow the prompts, and you will have access to anything Matt Gilbert has access to. The other thing that's very important is he's one of our own. He was born and raised in New Bedford.
Correct.
And,
And proud of it.
Yeah, why not? And the thing is, you know what? Everybody Melville this, Melville that. You people are like living in the freaking past, man. We have a great writer from New Bedford in his own right. And you can look at his stuff and he's still producing.
Yeah,
and so
unlike Melville.
And why not celebrate like Matt Gilbert and like kind of retire the whole Moby Dick thing once and for all? Oh, damn it, Will! Have you heard of something called like International Television Day?
No.
Okay, well there is such a thing. My next question was going to be if you knew what date it falls on.
No, I don't.
Okay, so I'll tell you that.
And what is it? Is
well,
it just
I don't
a
know.
celebration of TV around the world?
I guess. It's on November 21st. It's a global observance that celebrates impact and importance of television as a medium for communication.
I'm a little bit sorry that I didn't know about that because I could have written a piece that.
Well, it's also kind of
now
just
I have to wait
embarrassing.
till next year. It's a little embarrassing, but
my phone's been a little quirky. I'm not sure if the text like wires crossed and that kind of thing. Not everyone's receiving my stuff. Let me just do a test run.
That's a good thing to do in the middle of an interview.
We stopped trying years ago.
Oh, did you just send me a text?
As a matter of fact, I did.
Oh,
would you like to read it?
Let's see. It says, "This is the best Yiddish-themed fitness show in all of southeastern Mass. Period, full stop."
Sue, we now have a blurb, a usable, authentic blurb. And now back to the show. So what can we do about our own show? Our ratings are our viewing audience is shrinking. Part of you being here is, self-improvement is something that we're very passionate about on our show.
I see.
And you were supposed to try to get us.
So you're gonna work me
selves.
out. You're gonna have me do sets of stuff, and I'm gonna try to help you.
Oh, you want to do a barter?
In kind.
Sue, can we do that on camera?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Pauline Kael, getting back to her, shortly before she died, she say,
reviewed your show.
Norm, you might want to rethink your format.
Yeah.
And so we've been playing with some ideas, and we'd like to show you some.
Okay.
As these have not aired.
Okay.
But we have a couple of segment ideas that we're playing around with. We have a new thing. Michaela came up with this one, or she did the legal procedural channels that we're going to need. This is called Expectation of Privacy, Non-Second Party Consent Workout Hour on Zoom.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of our version of Candid Camera.
Ah.
All right, Adam, grab a light kettlebell. We're going to do a little round the backs for a warm-up.
Okay.
That looks good, man. Hey, do you mind if I use some of your workout footage from my website?
I don't know, man. I don't want to look like an idiot or anything.
Well, I'm not going to use footage that makes you look bad, but you'd only be represented in a positive light.
So I don't know, Norm. I'll think about the recording thing, but I'm just like a private guy,
Yeah, I get it, dude. The cool thing about virtual training actually is no need to be self-conscious. And to be honest, man, I take my clients' privacy very seriously. Consider this to be a safe space, bud. All right, hey, Adam, don't mind me. I just got to check an email. Also, I have to sanitize my plyo boxes.
Recording in progress.
Good job. Hold your posture lines. Hey, have you ever cheated on your wife?
Doesn't everybody?
I never have. Any other sketchy behavior you'd like to unburden yourself with?
Well, I've been stealing my grandma's Social Security checks. So I tested positive for COVID, but didn't tell anybody because I didn't want to miss the Taylor Swift concert.
She is good.
So I used ChatGPT to write my master's thesis. I used ChatGPT to write my wedding vows. So the other day I clipped the Tesla in the parking lot. Didn't leave a note.
Hey, lean to your right a little bit to get the outside there a little bit more. Tilt that way. Good.
I used ChatGPT for my grandma's eulogy.
What a piece of this guy is.
Recording stopped.
Wait, what was that?
Nah, we're good. I'll see you next week.
All right, now that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
That's good. Get somebody while they're vulnerable and they're listening to everything you say and ask them very, very controversial questions.
And Michaela actually found a legal loophole for where we aren't really having any exposure.
Oh, good.
So
good, so you can get it up, put it out there, and draw viewers in without worrying about a lawsuit. I love it.
Okay,
I
good.
love the new direction
Great.
of Schvitz'n with Norm.
Another thing we've been playing with, Roger Ebert, shortly before his death, said, guest hosts. Johnny Carson had Joan Rivers, so we're thinking mixing it up.
Yeah.
And so, cue us up.
I love it. Your best episode yet. You can never go wrong when you bring in a dog, especially a cute dog. Nice close-up, nice close-up. Look at that, action shots. I can't look away. I'm riveted.
Clean pull. Good boy.
Oh, good boy.
Good boy.
Wow. Nice shot, man.
Niku, I'm stuck, man. Go get some help. Well, that wasn't very helpful at all.
Excellent, excellent.
So nice. these are we should do more of these kind of things.
You should do more of those. I like the action shots. I like the dog shots. The dog's tuchus, perfectly framed.
More Yiddish.
That's right. Got to get more Yiddish in it too.
Okay. We do have some other footage that we're a little bit on the fence with. There's some kind of committee for like a more wholesome New Bedford.
Yeah.
They've been putting pressure on our gutless station manager. So we have like a grab bag of stuff that's been removed. We have like several lawsuits from the FCC, amongst other groups. And so, Sue, cue it up. Yo, plate heads, welcome to season 2 of Schvitz'n. I meant Schvitz'n. What do you think my line should be?
I thought you had this planned out, Norm.
Here's a segment called Millennials Trying to Use a Rotary Phone. This is good.
I'm sorry.
What's wrong with the kid on the end, man? What seems to be the problem? Eddie, you want to see me pick this thing up?
Nah, not today, thanks.
Have a little more energy.
All right. Oi!
Hurry up, it fell.
This is getting bad. Yeah, I don't give a Yeah, I'm calling about the Craigslist ad for that used liposuction machine. You are one handsome fella. That hurt my elbow, Sue. Come on, you kid.
Act like you're stuck, maybe.
Oh, yeah, stuck, sort of.
Also, you know what? I retract my thank you. I don't thank Jim Marshall. He's made this whole process very difficult. Is that on camera?
Yeah.
Huh.
All right.
What can we do with this?
That's A+ material, but you got to get a new host. I think the guy with the crooked nose, nah.
My nose? This series grew out of a screenplay titled Murdoch.
Oh, Succession. My #1 show of 2023.
Michaela, was the answer Succession? Yes. You're correct, sir.
Thank you.
Sue, cut my guy a check for $200, please.
Oh, let's keep going.
Yes, just out of left field, top 5 shows of all time.
All right. Well, you know,
You don't have to do it in order. Just
Okay, it does change. You know, it's very mood dependent. But
Okay.
right now,
Yeah.
sitting across from you,
yeah.
I would say Sopranos.
Yes.
I would say The Twilight Zone.
The original Rod
The
Serling.
original Rod Serling, black and white Twilight Zone.
Okay.
I would say Breaking Bad.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Sue loves Breaking Bad.
Oh, it's such a great show. Perfect from start to finish, just about. I think I would add All in the Family. I just think it's,
it's great.
such a great show. And it holds up. I mean, I've watched episodes recently, and they are as relevant and funny now as they were back in the day. And Norman Lear, you know, kudos.
He's still alive, right?
He is still alive.
God bless.
God bless is right. I can do Edith. Oh, Archie.
That's not that
Isn't that
close. Well, it's all right, I guess. All right, what's your last show?
All right, what's the last show going to be? I mean, I'm supposed to say The Wire, but I don't think I'm going to today, even though I admire that show a lot. I think I'm going to say The Dick Van Dyke Show.
I love the Dick Van Dyke
I
Show.
love the Dick
Great
Van Dyke
show.
show. Such a
Great show. All right, good. No offense, but you've steered me down the wrong path more than once.
Really?
Yep.
Like what?
Special guest helping us out with one of our weird lifts, Scotty Allen. He pride of Acushnet, New Bedford High graduate himself. He is currently an assistant coach with the Washington Capitals, but he's been coaching a real long time. Great guy, friend of the show for sure, and psyched that he was able to swing by. He flew in for this especially because it wasn't when he was living around here. We are coming to you recorded, not live, from the cave. We have an all-star hockey lineup. We're with Michaela Brightman, the first two-sport all-star or whatever the hell your accolade is, from Stang. She's going to be starting her college career next week. She's a great hockey player and also, I guess, a pretty decent softball player, but hockey is what we're going to go with. This is Scotty freaking Allen, the best hockey player to ever come out of the Acushnet area, now an assistant coach with the Washington Capitals. And he's going to give us a lot of secrets about some of the players on things they don't want us to know about them. So it's like, Ovechkin really that good?
Yes, he is.
Okay. And so we're going to talk a little bit of, we're going to use some of our skating muscles, but any lateral movement for any sport, this is going to be applicable, but I figure we have hockey people in here, we have to like demo something that's a little bit skating specific. So get ready for this one. This is probably going to be better than mediocre. We are going to talk about AB, a deduction pulling the legs together, a abduction out. So I'm going to get the ball rolling with just a quick little demo like of crossover. So Scotty, back up there so I don't step on your ankle. You're just going to stay here. So we got the plate in here. So I'm going to do the old man with a bad Lyme disease hip kind of demo, and then they'll take over from here. But look, just this little crossover drill where we use top leg to just, okay? So that we're using these adductors, pulling and all that stuff. So now, since Scotty's all about the old school, this is kind of another typical that we'll have. Do you want a wooden stick or do you want something more modern? You don't need to use a stick at all. I just thought
If you're asking me to do something lower body, yeah. I haven't done anything lower body in 28 years since I stopped playing.
Yeah, it's
so
okay.
I don't want
I'll walk you through it.
I'll walk both my groins and everything with one push off here.
Oh, really? Okay, we'll have Michaela do this one then. Okay, so Michaela, get off the plate, put it between. You're just going to pull it over back and forth, and we'll give you a stick so that you can, you know.
Get the feel for it.
All right. So we're just gonna pull it back. There you go. And stay low. Stay on your, come on, man. Iron horse. What do you call that, Scotty? The low position.
Strong athletic position.
Strong athletic position. There you go. Oh, all right. All right. That's good. Okay, so she's using those same adductor muscles, pulling back and forth. I like a smaller diameter plate. I know you're thinking, let's get like a 20 kilo plate, but you know, the bigger the diameter, you won't have as much range of motion. So your shoes okay?
Yeah, I think
All right.
this is duct tape.
Okay, we can edit that out. So, Scotty, I can, if you don't want to like risk injury, I can give you a stick and you can stick handle like a heavy plate just for the, you want to try that?
If
We're the only ones that do that. I've never even heard of people doing that, but I'm
No,
thinking
huh?
it could be good.
I don't know if I can do it either.
Okay, so anyway.
Why don't you let her demonstrate all this stuff?
Yeah, you're right. Do
She's a
you think?
stud.
Do you think you would have
I'm
gotten
an
hurt?
old man.
Do you
No,
think?
you're the best in the area.
Yeah. Do you think?
That's wrong.
Do you think you would have gotten hurt doing that now that you saw it? Just give
probably
one.
not,
Give
but-
one rep on your worst side, just to see what happens. Just one rep. Just get it over to me. Just pull it to me.
Wait a minute.
Yep. Pull it. Pull it.
I don't
pull
think
it.
I've ever actually done this.
Yeah. Good. Awesome. That's why you're the best, man. He's never even done it, and he looks like a champ. All right, stop. All right, now we're going to combine. We're going to combine both the pulling element and the pushing, so she's going to work both legs. We're going to be really great time management. I'm going to set her up. All right, so she's going to demonstrate a lateral step up. I'm actually going to get over here to see if she does it the right way. All right, so you're going to that side, just the lateral step up only. Good. Good. All right, that looks good. And now we're going to also throw a lateral lunge. So she's going to be pulling with her left leg to get back up, but she's going to be pushing off her right leg. So we're a little bit multitasking. So same thing, give us one lateral step up and then a lateral lunge. That looks good. And now we're going to do the lunge. And we'll do this for maybe 15, 20 minutes on average, right?
Yeah.
Good. So, great job. One more. So inside on the top leg, and now we're going to use our pushing muscles on the right leg. I'm saying that looked pretty good. Did you turn the camera on for that? Looks like there might be a lens cap. Getting back to like the number one VIP of the segment. Grew up in Acushnet, went to New Bedford High. He's now, but you've been sort of a journeyman, man. You've been, remember like when we were both at Lowell together? Me being a river rat, but you being a lock monster guy?
Absolutely,
Man,
I
that
do.
was fun times.
Yeah.
He's now a member of the coaching staff of the Washington Capitals, which, you know, one of the more likable teams in the league.
I would think so.
Who's probably the most difficult player to coach that you don't like or get along with on the Caps? Anyone
There's
come to
none.
mind?
There's nobody. I can honestly say I'm actually entered in my 28th year of coaching. I don't have a single player that I would put in that column. Not one guy.
In 28 years, you've never
28
hated one player?
I've never hated a single player. Like some are more difficult than others. There's no doubt about it.
I remember you complaining about
But
Jimmy Campbell.
Hate is a strong. Never complained about Soupy Campbell.
Soupy, we're just joking, buddy. He's on the wall.
He is on the wall.
What's the most you've ever benched for one rep? Without bouncing?
We'd have to go back to the high school days.
You benched more in high school than in college? In
Oh,
like
no,
college
without
years
question.
like that?
Yeah,
Oh, no kidding.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an early peak right there, man.
Yeah. Now, as you know, Norm, let's take the people back a little bit here. You and I go all the way back to the high school days.
It's true.
When you were powerlifting.
Weightlifting. Powerlifting's the bench, deadlift, squat. I'm Olympic style.
Olympic style
Olympic style.
lifting.
Snatch, clean, and jerk.
And me right now at 57 years old, I've never done any of those lifts just because I have a funny feeling if I did, I would throw my back out or
You know what?
something,
It's good because I can't walk up the stairs anymore, but I was, but it was good while it was going on.
There's been some very good hockey movies through the years, but the best of all time is right there, Slapshot. It's certainly got a special spot in my heart and soul. When I was playing, I was fortunate to win my first championship playing for the Carolina Thunderbirds against the Johnstown Chiefs in Game 7 in Johnstown in front of a packed standing room only building. And then when I was also so fortunate to begin my coaching career, my first 6 years were spent coaching the Johnstown Chiefs in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, where both my daughters were born. So Johnstown, PA, in the movie Slapshot, again, special place.
Hey, remember when I did a clinic for the Johnstown Chiefs?
I did remember that clinic, and I think the viewers need to know one of the most impressive things, and some of those players on that team still talk about it today, was when you came in with the Olympic bar and a 45 and a 45 on both sides, and threw it up with a. It was.
I did that?
Clean? One hand. One hand.
Wow, it doesn't sound like me.
Yeah, that's all you.
Have you ever heard of the Brady Bunch?
No.
Have you ever heard of Fleet Mac, the band from the 70s?
No.
Name a band that's like old people listen to.
Nirvana, AC/DC.
That's awful.
Led
That
Zeppelin.
Nirvana.
Huh?
Led Zeppelin.
Have you ever heard of the Led Zeppelins?
No.
Unbelievable. Okay, so to keep this boring segment going, I think I'm the only one that does this in the world, but I've discovered a really good and lesser known forearm workout. We need forearms for all that, right? So look, when you order stuff from Amazon or you steal your neighbor's packages, this packing material can be really good, like sort of, so we'll all take some. So you just start like popping. Come on, Michaela. And you can also get, hold on, we can also get like separate fingers.
What?
You feel that? And it's good for the environment. Ah, well, you know, that wasn't so bad, I suppose. It's better than COVID anyway. Thank you to Scotty Allen for swinging by the cave to help us out. Go Caps. Thank you to Michaela, not mine, but the other one that's better at hockey. Thank you to Hannah Blanchard. Thank you to Matthew Gilbert for coming by and doing the interview with us. And, you know, be kind to us in the future, please, Matthew. And also thank you to Adam for the guy that got tricked into being filmed for the Zoom workout hour. And tell all your friends and your enemies.